It seems like the Hanukkah song was the first step to becoming a millionaire in the movie industry. Adam Sandler, aka the Sandman, the most known and highest paid actor, has come a long way since he sang the Hanukkah song. Today, he is worth $420 million, from a humble beginning as a comedian into a Hollywood star. Sandler has earned not just the wealth he has now, but also the fans who love watching his funny movies every night. Don't let his appearance fool you. He may look like a schlub because he always wears t-shirts and basketball shorts, but the truth is, he spends money like it's going out of style. From mansions, to muscle cars, to diamond-encrusted Furby necklaces. Today, we will be talking about how the Sandman loves to spend all his money and how his career earns him millions of dollars. We all know that Adam Sandler is one of the richest actors in Hollywood. But little did they know that his goofy shtick has earned him fans around the world, and many of his movies have grossed hundreds of millions of dollars at the box office. Some of you may know him as a comedy icon who never forgot his epic fist fight with Bob Barker and Happy Gilmore, as well as the romantic moment when he serenaded Drew Barrymore in The Wedding Singer. Not only that, he even portrayed one of the most watched Hotel Transylvania movies as a voice actor of Dracula. In fact, he made $10 million alone from Hotel Transylvania 3 Summer Vacation. Many consider Adam Sandler to be one of the greatest Saturday Night Live alumni in history. He appeared with Farley in so many great SNL sketches, from the Hurley Boy to Schmidt's Gay Beer. Sandler played so many memorable characters on SNL, from Opera Man to Canteen Boy, and he even debuted many of his classic tunes on the show, like the Hanukkah song and Lunch Ladyland. Speaking of comedy, Sandler began performing at open mic nights in Boston when he was still 17 years old. Since then, he became a favorite in clubs around the city. He continued performing stand-up until his big break came when he was discovered by fellow SNL alumni and former Weekend Update host Dennis Miller. It seems like a lucky day when Miller was impressed when he saw Sandler perform a set in LA. Then Miller recommended Sandler to Lorne Michaels, and before long, Adam Sandler was a featured player on SNL. That marks the moment he was featured in The Sandman, which lasted 5 seasons on SNL. But it was no easy start as he was eventually fired. But don't be shocked, since Chris Farley and Norm Macdonald were fired too. Hence, the show is known for firing some of the funniest people of all time. Being fired from SNL had opened another door for Sandler to star in some of the biggest comedy movies of all time. All this hard work and opportunities that brought Sandler to his career had made him earn millions in each movie. Sandler earned $1.7 million for his breakthrough role as Billy Madison. He took home $2 million for Happy Gilmore, $2.5 million for Bulletproof, and $8 million for Big Daddy. Speaking of Big Daddy, it cost only $36 million, but it earned a staggering $235 million, which made it so profitable that Sony Pictures signed Sandler to a lucrative contract that would make any other Hollywood star jealous. Not just that, Sandler received a $20 million base salary for future Sony films, which made Sandler earn almost $60 million. Unfortunately, the deal with Sony didn't always work out. Sandler's movies started to make less and less at the box office. Well, in order for Sandler to keep making millions of dollars per movie, he signed an impressive deal with Netflix back in 2014. Looks like big paydays would keep coming as Sandler initially signed a 4-picture deal with Netflix worth a staggering $250 million. These are The Ridiculous Six, The Do-Over, Sandy Wexler, and The Week Off. All of these movies received terrible reviews. In fact, Ridiculous Six scored 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. But reviews don't really matter to Netflix. The only thing that matters to Netflix is the eyeballs. Many people started watching Sandler's movies on Netflix when the streaming service renewed the contract in 2017. Well, all of these achievements had made Sandler receive another $200 million to star in and produce 4 more movies. One of his movies, The Murder Mystery, became so popular that Netflix handed over even more cash, making the contract renewed for a 3rd time. Looks like Sandler will receive another $275 million to make 4 more films. That's a total of $775 million for 12 movies. Since Sandler's Netflix contract is so lucrative, it's quite possible that Sandler could one day be worth over $1 billion. You might wonder why many of Sandler films are in far-off locals. It's intended just so he can take an extended vacation with his wife, daughters, and best buddies. In fact, Sandler has been doing this for years. He first got the idea when he filmed 50 First Dates in Hawaii with Drew Barrymore, as well as when Blended was filmed in South Africa. Plus, the movie You Don't Mess with the Zohan, which is filmed in Mexico, and he basically only made Jack and Jill so he could go on a cruise. The Sandman definitely enjoys spending his money since he has an extensive real estate portfolio and plenty of cool cars. He especially enjoys spending money on his friends and family. In fact, it's quite fortunate to be his friend, because it is reported that he gave his friends Maseratis after the success of Grown Ups. The movie is said to make $270 million at the box office, thanks to his co-stars Kevin James, Chris Rock, David Spade, and Rob Schneider. They all received $800,000 Maseratis from Sandler. Sandler has no qualms about giving cars away, but he does have a fairly impressive car collection of his own. Sandler owns a $50,000 Dodge Challenger SRT, an $80,000 Cadillac Escalade Hybrid, and a $125,000 Cadillac DTS. Not just that, he bought an upscale mansion in Pacific Palisades and then bought the mansion next door too. His $13 million, 12,860 square foot primary residence has 7 bathrooms, 14 bedrooms, and a massive outdoor pool. There's even a basketball court where Sandler can shoot some hoops. When it comes to estate properties, Sandler owns a stunning 1,315 square foot beachfront property in Malibu back in 2011, for just $3.1 million, which turned out to be a great investment because now it's worth more than $6 million. The Malibu Beach house has 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. It also features a large entertainment patio at beach level, as well as a skylight that runs the length of the entire home. Sandler doesn't just have properties in California. He also owns a $1.25 million condo in Boca Raton, Florida. His 2,600 square foot Florida condo was originally built in 1981. It has 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. Sandler purchased the condo way back in 1999 for just $640,000. Another excellent return on investment. Sandler's real estate portfolio is believed to be worth as much as $40 million. If you think Sandler didn't spend a lot of money on how he dresses up, then think again, because what you're looking at is where Sandler spent most of his money. Although he's much more subtle when it comes to the bling, he received a cool diamond and gold-encrusted Furby necklace as a gift when he finished shooting Uncut Gems. And he even showed off the custom IC when he appeared on Inside the NBA. Speaking of style, the Sandman also has an extensive sneaker collection, and he wears a new pair just about every day. He was spotted wearing a $400 pair of Common Projects at a Lakers game. It may not look flashy, but they are rare and expensive. Acting is not the only way Sandler earned his money. He also owns a production company called Happy Madison, which earned him additional millions. Through this production company, Sandler already produced lots of movies starring David Spade, Nick Swartzen, and Rob Schneider. Schneider's Deuce Bigalow Male Gigolo was actually a huge hit that grossed $92.9 million on a $17 million budget. Sandler made a chunk of change from Deuce Bigalow, although the movie Spade's Joe Dirt wasn't quite as successful. The Swartzen Bucky Larson was a huge box office bomb. Sandler doesn't mind losing a bit of money if it means helping out his friends. There's no doubt that Sandler will continue to rake in millions for many more years to come. You appear to be impressed by Adam Sandler's rise from a struggling stand-up comedian in California to the highest-paid comedic legend with his own production company. After all, making people laugh in front of the television while earning millions per films seems like a great job. Not only that, I believe some of you were curious as to how he spent those $430 million on vacations and car collections. If you get a chance, let us know what other collections from his estate portfolio you would include. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more Lux Life, hit that subscribe button. Cheers!